Hello, welcome back. Last time I stopped in an unusual place because Fitch's mind was the one actually giving me trouble. And that has emphasized something to me that I only sort of thought of before. Loop 2 is actually triple the size of Loop 1. Well, Loop 2 is double the size of Loop 1. Triples the overall length of the game because not only do I have the... I guess 7 through, it'll be 12 worlds. 1 through 6 also has to be redone in a very different way. Overattachment. Here we go.
Collaboration meant that Jan had to throw out more ideas than he was used to.
Mm-hmm.
But he did start to get used to it. Letting go in this way gave him an unfamiliar yet refreshing sense of freedom.
So that's a thing I can do. Yeah, so he doesn't like to let things go. Fitch will experiment quicker and forget about things if he needs to. So, right, this is the wrong way around. While, yes, they're both held. We need to be the other way around? Or I need to get here and then back? Oh, can I do something real funny here? Okay, let's see. Not in the way I want to, right? Oh, maybe I can. Check that out! Well, yes, okay. It's a little hard to explain what I just did, but yeah, it was clear enough visually, right? What's funny is I totally could have done that at the end of last time, but I had no way to know that. Yeah, so 3.5 Secret was by far the much harder thing than 9.5. Patience.
Occasionally, Fitch would notice a typing indicator pop up for long periods of time in his DMs. He'd wait patiently for a message to come through, but more often than not, the indicator would unceremoniously vanish.
So, we already kind of know what's up with Jan. He just edits and edits and edits and sometimes just isn't satisfied for a long time. So that's probably all that's going on here. Okay, so I don't see a default perspective angle that's going to be friendly for this, other than if I was standing on a box right here. So how doable is that? If I just ignore everything else that's going on and try to get on top of that thing, that's extremely doable. Okay. And then I'm here and I can go everywhere I need to go. I can go... Oh, why aren't you just in my way? Okay, no, you're not. Okay, so Fitch's mind this time was very organized. Well, had a short path to where I needed to go at least. Cutting room floor.
All too often, Jan would try to help steer things in a particular direction. But he always felt the moment pass before he could finish collecting his thoughts. So his messages too would end up on the cutting room floor alongside the musical ideas he'd freed himself from.
That sounds frustrating and exhausting, and no wonder things went the way that they did. I would be bothered by this. If I had to deal with it all the time in a collaboration I wasn't sure I wanted to agree to. Okay, so... Clearly I need to separate these two. Because they both need to be here and then also here, while I go there. How will separation happen? Alright, first of all, from any of these angles, I cannot jump on any of those. Can't get past, otherwise, right? What about those pillars? Here's a way to get past. If I push this one in that direction, then return to where I was. There was a moment when I thought that would do what I wanted. Because it looked like this, but that doesn't actually do anything. Okay. So I need to both look like I'm up in the air, and also... Well, not necessarily, I can just be behind. But that needs a destination. Just need to evaluate a few different positions here. Well, that did something. The things are separated, and that's probably all I need, right? Okay. I'll take it. Yeah, seems to be working. But that right there is an obstacle. Can I get this, oh right, and you'll be hidden, sure, but that part's not necessarily such a problem. How would you... So you can't be here, you need to be here or farther. Yeah, I see this alignment. I don't know what I could do with it, though. I can hop over there, yes, but... So what? So what did I actually do to separate those? I went behind them and then... So I went behind them on this pillar. Right? How did I do that? This must be too early. So I push once. I go behind. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did and I've erased my redo buffer. I think I pushed it once. Was it twice? No, it was once. Then this thing ended up here. It must have been twice. Because I would have done... No? No, that doesn't make any sense. What did I do? I was trying to... do things, but things didn't happen. So one ended up here, one ended up here. I pushed in such a way the top box... Okay, yeah, I went on to... Dude, I don't know. This doesn't go anywhere. What? Or did I push like... No, it was here. But if it was there, what would that even... Oh, this! Okay, so I stood here and did that push. Okay, I see. That's the transformation. So by looking like I'm going southwest, where it actually goes is northwest and down. That makes sense. Those do line up on the isometric grid. Okay. However, that does not seem entirely useful. Could I go farther along and do something similar? Not with the occlusion available. The reason that worked was because of this pillar, so presumably I need to use that one for something. What's that something gonna be? I can stand here. Yeah, so what? Okay. Yeah, these are all one-wide passages and tight corners, and that is just not conducive to pushing boxes around. Like, I need a 2x2 space, at least, to, like, change push axis, other than when I'm doing a perspective trick like this. So, I mean, clearly I'm doing perspective tricks like that. Okay, well, I'm just gonna play around for a bit. And hope for magic? But I don't think magic is gonna happen here. I mean, magic is happening, just not useful magic. Let's pause in this state for a second and see if that does anything for me. Okay, I do see something. Can I... No, I can't push that thing back, can I? Like if I wanted to... Can't go anywhere from here right now. So I'm doing the same thing here that I just had the cube do. I'm looking like I'm going southeast, but I'm actually going northeast and down. But that does not help me get anything like... This is a... Yeah, the way these tiles are darker... I mean, this isn't a stuck position, but that looks like a stuck position. Like, these three are the interesting ones, but there's no state transformation from here to here. As far as I can tell. I see there's an adjacency like this. I don't think that's relevant, though. But maybe it is, somehow. The only way I could use it is if this is empty. Now, in this perspective, this is doing that funny illusion where it looks like... These are like stair steps now. But then look over here, it's just a straight flat line. These are like stair steps now. That could mean something. So if I can get the stack of 2 here... There isn't a place I could be to push the other one. Well, now it looks like stair steps the other direction. Wait, that's kind of meaningful. Kind of. If I could take the place of the top of this pillar, then pushing that way would be great, but taking the place isn't going to happen. I don't think there's a useful push from there. Like, I can't be standing here, at least not from this perspective. And then from this one, it's a completely different situation. So it feels like the most useful thing, so far, still remains to be this. Like, it gets me kind of a step closer. But, like, not really. Looking at this from every which angle. There just does not seem to be anything productive, and like past this point there's no saving that box. That is lost forever. So I gotta unstack this in a way that makes it end up here? Can I push this back in that direction? That'd mean I would need to get myself over here. Over here. Well, over in any part of that. But that's not available right now. Well, now hang on. What if this goes one over this way? And then what if this goes two over this way? Then I hop up here. No, nothing really happens after that. If this goes all the way over? Then there's nothing to... no spot to push from. That's nothing. That can't have been a push exactly. Wait a second. So those cease to be pressed when they're invisible, right? Yeah. So it's not like I can press hide and then have it stay pressed. But if I hide this, it stays moved. I would need to hide it from one of these two perspectives, though, and that's definitely impossible. Because, yeah, here I can't go there. And even if I'm already here, I can't go here. And if I'm already here, then I don't exist. From this perspective, from that perspective it'd be okay if I were already this far. But none of that's gonna happen. What's a fruitful line of exploration here? Like, I just don't even know which part of this to explore to look for anything to do. Every end is dead. Hold up, I got to the other side. I was trying so hard to do it on this pillar, I didn't notice there was a way to do it on this one. Here we go. Okay, so this is something that just my instincts say I might want to do. This creates a square. That could be possibly useful for something. So yeah, there I actually do have a square I can roll around. Okay, so this bridges to that. Those two are connected. Okay, and from here... that's not actually an option. And this is puzzle's default state. Right? Yes. If I go all the way there... there's nothing much I can do. Hang on. No, can't stand there. Okay, so I could put it... I do see a state transformation that I have not tried yet. This... no, that's nothing. Right, it needs a place to go, not just for me to be next to it. Those occluding pillars, those are the keys. Like, these two are my important tools. I mean, this one's occlusion is very clear. This one might be just for hopping around. And I can't really tell the difference. So what is this state? How can I make this useful? I don't know, I don't think I can. Like again, it gets one of them on there with the other separated. So if I stop here. There's nothing useful I can do from this state as far as I can see. So, okay, I can turn a, for example, southwest push into a southeast and falling down one push. Sorry, northwest is what I meant, the opposite. Northwest and falling down one push. In very specific circumstances I can do that. Such as this one. I think there was another one that let me do that too. There just isn't quite a spot here that has any of the arrangement I want. Well, I'm ready to start just poking at, like, possible rolls because I don't see any. Okay, so if I could teleport this box from here to here, could that box then also end up here? Like, could I have both? Can I get them two in a row there? So it starts with that. From this state, can I then get two in a row? Like, can I push this to my current position? Yes. Yes, I can. I have done so. Yes, that does seem strictly worse than everything I've been doing. But it's something new. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's good for anything. But okay, yeah, so what other new states can I create? Where is explorable state space that even exists? This might not be the start. There are hints if I need them. So pushing this farther along this path. None of this is helpful. I don't have enough elevation to do anything of interest. So what I need is occlusion. There's very little occlusion available here. It's the two pillars and then the two boxes themselves, which sure can't do much if they're the ones I'm trying to operate on. And then there's me, which, I mean, I can do some things, kinda. Can I do the opposite of that? So what I was doing was standing here and pushing that way. What would the opposite even mean? Well, stand here and push that way. From this state, I don't see how I could do that. Oops. I could hop up onto that if this wasn't in the way right now. And now that's in the way of me going anywhere. So in this state, I can't do any of what I think I might want to do. Am I just like fundamentally going for the wrong goal entirely? Like, do I not want a box here and a box here? That seems like what I want. Doesn't seem like what I can do though. Okay, now hold on. Can I now get over here and push this way with that already there? I think so. Yes? Sort of. Yes. Actually. Okay, hang on. This is new state exploration. Here we go. Something's happening. With your occlusive abilities, can I turn that into a push for this in a useful place? Maybe. If this was here... That looks an awful lot like something. I don't think it is yet, but it's looking similar to something. Okay, let me get back on whatever side of that I was. Here. Okay, that's as far as I can go and still be able to push that back ever. Now I can't quite get around it. Okay, like that. But nothing happens from here. This is useless. The only thing that's close to being something is this. But that's obviously nothing. Not the direction I want to push. Okay, so in the cases where this looks like a stairway, stairway going that way, stairway going that way. Is there something more I can do with that property? Let's push this further. Now, like, everything's out of range for that. Okay, what if... What if what? These were on top of here. They can't both come away from this wall, though. Only one of them can, as far as I can tell. Yeah, there's like, my options are so limited here. Limited options would be good if I could ever see whatever is the actual useful one. But I'm not? Alright, yeah, this state search is just getting kind of obnoxious. Like, I don't feel like I have any plausible way to proceed. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, you're asking for something impossible. The stack of 2 can never reach this location. So, my mission is to figure out why that statement is false. Yeah, sounds great. Get a stack of 2 there. Cool. That's not something I can do. Can I restack after it's unstacked? No. You sure? Because you're wrong. Okay. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't tell me how to get there, but it gives me a target to shoot toward. This is not a solution, it is a hint. And you know what? I'm kinda into it. So yeah, if you ever wanted to see a puzzle game LP where I would actually use hints, this is that one. Okay, now how is this gonna work? Yeah, that can stack on the other one now. Okay, yeah. Taking me a long way toward doing the thing that is absolutely impossible. Cannot be done by anyone, ever. Here we go. Okay, so this is useful for some reason in theory. Well, there's some magic for you. Okay, and I see how this leads closer to a solution. Alright. Okay. Okay. This can go. How do I return? Like that. Alright. Alright, somehow that series of transformations did what I needed. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, these are hard. And yeah, I mean, that's just a, if you don't see which part of the possibility space you're aiming for, then just nothing's gonna happen. Theoretically, I could have seen that. Yeah, so the state transformation that was invisible to me was to restack the boxes after one had moved, like, off of that, that initial wall it was stuck against. Okay, so this was 3-6. Next I need to find 3-7, which I want to say is... Actually, it might be here? Sure looks like it. Okay, next time this.